I'm Edie Lush, and I'm here at COP26 in Glasgow. Really pleased to be joined now by Jesper Nygård. Thank you very much for coming along, Realdania.
It's a pleasure.
Denmark is a pretty incredible story of action being taken on climate. Tell me about why that is and how many municipalities are getting involved.
All municipalities in Denmark is getting involved in doing something about the climate. And right now we have a very ambitious government and almost a united parliament who decided on a 70% reduction. So we have a society, we have a momentum where this is a big deal. I represent a foundation or foundation-like association who are into philanthropy, and we are domestic based and we work about quality of life. But when you work with quality of life and the built environment, you have to look into climate. And in 2011-12, it was obvious for us that if we should do something about the climate, we had to go out of Denmark, because most of our support is within Denmark. That's how our statutes are made. But if we want to work with the climate doesn't respect man-made city boundaries or country boundaries. So we had to go out, and we searched in the world, and we found C40, which was a pretty tiny but very ambitious organization. And we partnered up with Bloomberg and Children Investment Fund Foundation, and been that for the last 8 years. And after COP15 in Paris, they invented the Deadline 2020 program, which is a climate action plan. And we told ourselves we had to try to take all the knowledge from C40, bring it back home to the little kingdom of Denmark, trying to make it action-oriented in our little society, where we don't have any mega cities. And right now in the DK 2020 project, we have 96 out of 98 municipalities either finished with a climate action plan or in the running of making a climate action plan, completely like Paris, London, New York, Mumbai, Rio de Janeiro is doing the same. So we use the concept, trying to scale it down. And here we're trying at the COP26 to show other countries that this can be done fairly cheap, fairly simple, if you want to take this mega city project and use it in your country. So a lot of Danish municipalities are very, very ambitious.
Give me an example, because I would imagine sitting in a poor country around the world, I think, Denmark is a rich country from Europe, can't possibly afford to do the same kind of things that they're doing there. Give me an example of something that doesn't cost so much, that makes a big difference to quality of life, as well as addressing issues around the climate emergency.
You could say the climate action plan is about making the right choices, making the right priority. And it doesn't matter if you have a lot of money or if you have few money. You spend money, you take decisions every day. How is your garbage system functioning? How is your mass transportation system functioning? How is your sewage system functioning? And every time you take some of these decisions, the climate action plan will help you to take the right decisions to spend your resources best. So, and I understand I'm coming from a part of the world where resources are better and easier, and it's hard and a tremendous big problem to solve in Global South. But even in Global South, you would be able to use these C40 Paris-compliant climate action plans to take the right decisions.
I love your SDG pin, your Sustainable Development pin on your lapel there. Tell me how you use the SDGs.
We use the SDGs very close in our philanthropy strategy. We have 6 of the goals who are very close to our heart and our mind. And I think one of the things we try to do is a lot of head of states talking about that this are the UN goals for a better world. And I don't think it's a UN goal. I think it's your goal and my goal.
Absolutely.
And I'm in love with SDG number 17, because SDG number 17 says that you cannot, all the 16 more professional or more thematic goals are definitely important, but 17 is a method on how to solve the first 16. You have to do it together. It's very fine that the head of states are most in the media right now, but head of states cannot do this without the cities. They cannot do this without businesses, without research, without civil society, without NGOs and associations, without philanthropy. We have to work together. But if we work together, we can so much more than we can do individually. And then there's some hope that we will solve this huge problem within the next 10, 30 years, depending on what kind of range you put on this very, very important agenda.
Jesper, thank you so much for stopping by the Pop Culture camera here at COP26 in Glasgow, the C40 event, and I'm Edie Lush.